Okay, hi. I know I've been kind of not on YouTube. I've been working on other stuff. I'll talk about that at the end of the video. And I know I'm not that big of like a theorist. I'm more of like a animation guy. But something I've been noticing in Deltarune discussion that I feel like I wish more people were talking about it. Please link videos like in the comments if you see anybody else talking about this, because I literally was playing chapter 4 before chapter 5 came out, and I was thinking about the sword route, and I was wondering how the weird route would go in chapter 5, and I was also thinking about like the twisted sword and the mantle mini games, and I was like, I got the egg, and then I went to the roots room, which is like where the priest guy is saying, "Lost where the forest should grow, the children follow the pointed tail, the poor children," and the prophecy panel that is next to the guy that everybody freaks out about, because oh my goodness, it's the thing from Spampton Sweepstakes, oh my god. It's roots. It's the prophecy panel. It says roots. There's 2 trees and a house between them. Now, I'd just gone and got the egg, which obviously makes you think of the man in between. So I was like, okay, this is third route evidence, and I was hoping that more people might think about it more with like, because I knew there was going to be an influx of theories after chapter 5 came out, and then chapter 5 came out, there was an influx of theories, and there were a bunch of third route theories, especially because, like, there's, the weird route was not at all what anybody was expecting. Like, I feel like if the Deltarune community wrote the weird route, it would be so awful, because I really did like what we got, but there was no hometown genocide, like I thought, like people thought would happen, and we weren't controlling Noel, or anything like that, and it didn't match up with the mantle minigame, most of all. There was a bunch of dialogue about roots, and Flowery says at one point, like, I hope we could make, like, a pacifist route or something. I'll put the dialogue on screen. And so I was thinking about this, and simultaneously, like, watching a lot of theory videos, like, waiting for this to come up. It's better to see if somebody already did my work for me, you know. Nobody brings it up, like, especially in relation to the prophecy panel. I guess I've seen, like, one person, like, talk about roots, like, with the weird route, like, splitting up and branching out into all the aborted directions, which I think that's cool. But nobody's talking about, like, the prophecy panel, and, like, I did some more research into it. It's kind of been there for a while, like, with the digital roots, and then, like, with the friend update, there's, like, the cat searching for protein, and where you encounter friend, is kind of, like, connected with the eggs and with the shadow crystals, and the shadow crystals are obviously involved with the twisted route, like, or sword route, because of the twisted sword. And it's like in chapter 2 where you first see friend, and it's with Spampton, who's really connected to the weird route. And so I was thinking about this. Lost where the forest would grow is connected to roots, and roots is connected to the third route. Like, this kills, like, so many birds with one stone. I hate that phrase, but I have to say it. I feel like this solves, like, a lot of things if it's just third route related. Like, especially with the mantle minigame, and you use a sword in that, and obviously you could use the sword to cut down the trees in the forest and get lost in the forest in order to progress the mantle minigame. And so that already connects Lost Where the Forest Would Grow to the mantle minigame and the sword route. And like Roots is connected too, because it's mentioned in game that Roots is roots, like as in like both senses of the word. And this is such a Toby Fox thing to do. You all talk about like, oh, this is such a Toby thing to do, when it's like trolling the audience or something, but this is like his main go-to when it comes to like concepts in his game. I feel like is like just wordplay, like with determination and Undertale, like the ability to decide versus the ability to not give up, and Undyne being undying, and Toriel being the tutorial character, and Azrael, he's the Angel of Death, but then he's also like Asgore and Toriel like put together. Like there's a lot of wordplay, and Roots is no different. Like he's been hinting at the third route forever. Like I think even like chapter 1, like we were already taught about like the route in between because of like innocuous dialogue like Clopen. Like Clopen is third route evidence. And I saw a video talking about some related thing to the third route and didn't mention this, but I like how you're basically taking stuff from side A, which is like the normal route, and that's the shadow crystals, and you're also taking stuff from side B, which is the weird route, and that's the thorn ring, and you're combining them in order to create the twisted sword in order to access these in-between spaces like the forest in order to break out of bounds of the game and essentially get lost. And even Roots, like the image, it has the house in the middle, and there's the breadcrumb evidence, which everybody is like, oh, it's a Mother reference, which yes, it's a Mother reference. In Mother, it's a reference to Hansel and Gretel. Hansel and Gretel, they go into the forest, they use the breadcrumbs, and the bread gets destroyed by birds, and they eventually lose their way, and they make it to the witch's house. In the middle of the two trees in the image, there's a house, and that really plays into the Lost Where the Forest Would Grow thing that's going on. So, I don't really know, like, what my theory is. This is just something that, like, I feel like it's third route evidence nobody really talks about. This is kind of disorganized because I'm super tired. I didn't really script this because I just got fed up because I was in the middle of a theory about the third route. I think I'll link it. Anyway, that's pretty much it. I have a comic that I'm working on. I'm working on episode 2 right now, but episode 1 is out. I have a game. I'm gonna link that into the description. Anyway, see ya. Bye-bye.